Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Now let's dig into Luis King Kong Ortiz, Anthony Joshua, and what's really going on with this saga. Now let's first start off by saying Jarrell Miller has been denied a license to fight Anthony Joshua by the New York State Athletic Commission following his drug test in March, and this is according to Sky Sports Boxing News. Now, also according to Michael Benson, we're going to get into the Luis Ortiz saga. Now, basically, Anthony Joshua requested to face Luis Ortiz first. He brought that to Eddie Hearn first, and that's according to Michael Benson and BoxingScene.com. The short list of opponents that Anthony Joshua could end up facing are Luis King Kong Ortiz, Adam Kownacki, Kubrat Pulev, Michael Hunter, Manuel Charr, and these are all guys in contention. Eddie Hearn has stated, that he reached out to Luis Ortiz camps. They've had initial discussions. He's getting a vibe from them that they may not be ready in time for the fight. So just in case that these guys are not ready in time for the fight, Anthony Joshua will still pick from Adam Kownacki, Kubrat Pulev, Michael Hunter, and Manuel Charr. So, a lot of are have you interested in saying, oh, Anthony Joshua doesn't want Luis Ortiz. He requested him first. It's really up to Luis Ortiz to be able to accept the fight at this point or not. Because Luis Ortiz understands that he's in the final stages of his career. Luis Ortiz understands that at this point in his career, he has to accept his challenge if he's ever going to be considered a top-level fighter legitimately, because this is his ultimate chance to prove to the world all the things he's been saying about Anthony Joshua. At the end of the day, a lot of fanboys are going to try to push ducking if Anthony Joshua picks another opponent for any reason, but at the end of the day, Luis Ortiz has no belt, and all of these guys are pretty much on an even playing field. But there was a reason why Anthony Joshua asked for Luis Ortiz first. There's a reason why he's pushing for that fight first, and the reason why is because Anthony Joshua likes to silence his critic. He hears everyone talking. He hears the fanboys, and we understand that this is his American debut, so he really wants the biggest and best fight available, and Luis Ortiz is the most recognizable name out of Kownacki, out of Kubrat Pulev, Michael Hunter, and Manuel Charr. In my opinion, I think Adam Kownacki would be a better fighter. He's an undefeated fighter. I think that at this point, Adam Kownacki, I would have to favor him over Luis King Kong Ortiz. I just don't believe that Luis Ortiz is as good as many people say he is. I think he's a good fighter. I believe he's a technical fighter, but at the end of the day, Luis Ortiz and Anthony Joshua will end in a knockout. I think Anthony Joshua stops Luis Ortiz within 8 rounds. And I don't believe Luis Ortiz has the power. At this point, you have to understand that Luis Ortiz is 40 years old. He's giving up a height and reach advantage to Anthony Joshua, age advantage to Anthony Joshua. He has a problem with maintaining his weight. His last opponent, Christian Hammer, he went the full 10 rounds with him. If he was in there with Anthony Joshua, he would have been stopped early. So you have to understand there's levels to this in boxing, and Anthony Joshua is at the highest and top level. Regardless of which opponent Anthony Joshua will pick, whether it will be in Adam Kownacki, Kubrat Pulev, Michael Hunter, Manuel Charr, or Luis Ortiz, he will stop all of them. I think none of these guys exhibit the level of defense to show that they won't be able to get hit, and they'll be able to use enough lateral movement to get away from Anthony Joshua for the entire fight. I just don't see any one of these opponents surviving the full 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua. He's a level above all of these guys. I think Adam Kownacki would probably give him the best overall fight, but Luis Ortiz has the biggest name recognition out of all of these guys, and that's what a lot of guys are clamoring for. Anthony Joshua personally asked for that fight first from Eddie Hearn. We'll see if Luis King Kong Ortiz accept. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.